This week, Rockstar's continuing its auto-related bonuses by giving us double bubble on the auto shop robbery contracts. This is very good news if you own an auto shop. For example, the Union Depository is going to earn you $540,000 for about 15 minutes of work this week, including setups. The only downside to all this is that they recently nerfed the Superdollar Deal contract, which was one of my favorites. You see, not long ago you could utilize your Mark II to complete the finale, which made things incredibly quick and easy. Well, Rockstar patched this and removed the Mark II. All was not that bad though, because after they did this, you could still drive to Fort Zancudo and steal a jet. Well, yet again, Rockstar got wind and removed this as well. So yeah, the aftermath of all this is that in order to complete the Superdollar, you'll need to drive your car of choice all across the map, in the insanely frustrating traffic I might add, and then begin bombarding the MOC until it comes to a stop. All the while being peppered by ground and air attacks. Not exactly a quick and stress-free alternative. Well, not so fast, Rockstar. Today I'm going to walk through a little tip that you can use that will be incredibly stress-free and relaxing for completing the Superdollar finale. The only downside is that it's not going to be that quick. But hey, if you're like me, I would much rather kill some time doing something relaxing than fighting off enemies while trying to stop a seemingly unstoppable MOC. Before I jump into that though, I want to explain why the Superdollar Deal is still something you don't want to walk away from. First are the setups. And for each of the robbery contracts, you'll have to do 2 setups and then the finale. When it comes to the Superdollar, the setups are insanely quick and pretty entertaining. You can knock out both in literally minutes and they are very easy to complete. I made a video about a year ago that details both the setups and the tips and tricks to make them easier and quicker. I'll drop a link in the description below. If you watch this video, you'll understand why I really enjoy the Superdollar robbery. Secondly, we all know the Union Depository pays out the most. But did you know what robbery pays out the next highest? That's right, the Superdollar Deal. And performing this little relax mode tip I'll be showing, you'll be pocketing $333,000 for roughly 18 minutes of work. And lastly, it's worth pointing out that the cooldown for each of these robberies is 48 minutes. So if your plan is to just do the Union contracts, you'll be waiting around for almost an hour to start another one up. So you might as well do another job in between, right? Okay, on to the finale. The only thing you need to do before you kick this whole thing off is to make sure you select the sharpshooter loadout for the weapons. You're doing this because it's the loadout that contains the sticky bombs, which you will need. Alright, for the first part, I'll be utilizing a helicopter, and there's no requirement to do this. If you want to drive, be my guest. I'm just not a fan of driving in this game anymore if I don't have to. Over the years, Rockstar has increased the aggressiveness of traffic to a point that's just unplayable for me. So, as soon as the mission kicks off, you'll want to head to the marina area of La Porta. Your goal will be to steal a helicopter from the Vespucci helipad next to the marina. This is the one where your Higgins Heli Tours is located, if you own the car wash. But don't head directly to the helipad first. If you do, you're not going to find any helicopters. You see, you're going to need the game to automatically spawn one in for you. To do this, you'll need to drive to the Porta del Sol parking lot that's directly north of Vespucci helipad, like you're seeing here. Make sure you're taking the exact same path as I am, otherwise it won't spawn. Once you drive to this parking lot, for some reason, you'll always get a chopper that'll spawn at the helipad. Just head to the helipad now and look up. You'll see it start to land. All you need to do now is just steal the helicopter and begin heading to the convoy location.
All we gotta do is stop this motherfucker. Get the printed plates and get away with our asses intact.
Baby, make this shit digestible as a motherfucker. And this Korean boy gon' pay. Hold up.
Alright, the next step is getting the convoy to begin their travels. If you look at the map now, it's still parked at Fort Zancudo, and it's going to remain parked until you get close enough. How close, you ask? Well, for us, we're going to be flying straight to the Richmond Hotel. This is about how far you need to get to before the game cues the movement of the convoy. Once we get to the Richmond, the convoy will begin its journey. If you're driving, you can do the same thing here, just head to the Richmond Hotel first instead of the helipad. Once convoy begins moving, you're going to want to head towards the Noose headquarters, or the Ellis government facility, just east of the dam. This is ultimately where the convoy will end up, and where we'll be waiting. When you get here, I like to land near the east side of this particular ridge here, but feel free to land wherever you like. There's a few little bushes near this edge. I basically just land on top of them and then wait. And that's it. You can put your controller or mouse down and go AFK for about 13 minutes. This is how long it'll take the convoy to arrive. And yes, I can hear the comments already. Why would you do this? This is crazy. Just drive to the convoy and get the mission done the way it was intended. Sure, if this is how you roll, be my guest. Like I said in the beginning, my promise here was stress-free and relaxing, not quick. Personally, though, I prefer this method over the carnage approach. I can use the 13 minutes to go to the bathroom, get something to eat, check my messages, do whatever. Use it as you see fit. The added bonus of all this is that you don't need to be watching the screen or paying attention to see when the convoy arrives. Just have your volume turned up as you're doing other things. Then, when you hear Sasanta begin yapping about the convoy...
Hey, wherever they going, don't let them get there. These fools gonna have a whole bunch of friends waiting for them.
And we talking special forces, motherfuckers. That's a pain in the ass y'all don't want.
you will know the convoy has now arrived. Just let the convoy continue to travel until it enters the main property. The next cue will be when Moody Man begins yapping. And when you hear him say,
"Yo, if you use explosives on them, be careful. Don't burn them motherfucking plates."
What I usually do now is exit the helicopter and then arm yourself with one of the sticky bombs. Alright, here's the next big tip. You'll need to wait until the MOC gets to the covered gate area here. Once it does, Santa, yet again, will begin flapping her gums. As soon as you hear her say, "Shite, I knew this was taking too long." Yeah, a little ironic, right? As soon as she says this, just blow yourself up. Continue doing this until you get the failed screen. As soon as you get the option to restart, do so. You don't want to quit, just restart. From here, it's going to spawn you to a location just outside of Fort Zancudo. And as luck would have it, you'll now be parked next to your vehicle and the MOC. From here, we're just finishing the mission per normal. First, head to the MOC and grab all the plates. Then exit and get back in your vehicle. Now it's just a matter of driving to the drop-off and getting paid. You will have some enemies on the road trying to take you out, but from here, this is just normal enemy game mode, and you can just duck and dive until they go away. Usually by the time you get to the city, they'll all just disappear. And there you have it. The total time this takes me using this relax mode is roughly 18 minutes. So basically 5 minutes of work and then 13 minutes of relaxing and doing something else. Sweet. Alright, so that's my friends. Thank you for watching. As always, if you like this video and want to help out, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, and let me know what you think. Is anyone else going to be trying my Superdollar Relax mode this week? If not, maybe have some other tips and tricks you'd like to share. If so, drop a comment below and let everyone know. Until next time, be happy, be well, be safe, my team.